Hey there, my friends. Welcome back to the channel, where we talk about living your best life, staying healthy, and finding joy in your golden years. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into a topic that's near and dear to so many of us: sleep. Specifically, how to sleep like a baby after 65. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sleep like a baby? At my age? Is that even possible? Trust me, I hear you. As we get older, it can feel like a good night's sleep is a distant memory, something we used to take for granted in our younger years. But here's the good news. It is possible to reclaim restful, rejuvenating sleep, and I'm here to share some practical, down-to-earth tips to help you do just that. I've been where you are, tossing and turning at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering why sleep feels like a puzzle you can't solve. Maybe it's stress, maybe it's aches and pains, or maybe it's just that your body doesn't seem to work the way it used to. Whatever the reason, I'm here to walk you through some strategies that have worked for me, for my friends, and for countless others who found their way back to peaceful nights. Think of this as a heart-to-heart, like we're sitting down with a cup of tea, chatting about how to make life a little better. So, grab a cozy spot, maybe a notebook to jot down some ideas, and let's talk about how to get you sleeping like a baby again. Sleep is the foundation of everything we talk about on this channel: healthy aging, staying vibrant, and finding wisdom in our later years. When you sleep well, you wake up feeling refreshed, ready to tackle the day, and maybe even inspired to try something new. But when sleep is elusive, it can cast a shadow over everything else. So, let's roll up our sleeves and figure this out together. I'm going to share a mix of science-backed tips, practical habits, and a few pearls of wisdom I've picked up along the way. By the end of this, you'll have a toolbox full of ideas to help you drift off easily and wake up feeling like your best self. Why sleep changes after 65. Let's start by talking about why sleep can feel so different as we age. I don't know about you, but I used to think I'd sleep like a teenager forever, out like a light as soon as my head hit the pillow. But as we hit our 60s and beyond, our bodies and brains go through some changes that can make sleep trickier. It's not just you, it's biology. For one, our circadian rhythm, the internal clock that tells us when to sleep and wake, starts to shift. You might find yourself getting sleepy earlier in the evening, but waking up at the crack of dawn, even if you don't want to. It's like your body's decided it's time to become an early bird, whether you like it or not. Then there's the fact that we tend to spend less time in deep sleep as we age. Deep sleep is that magical stage where your body repairs itself. Your brain processes a day, and you wake up feeling truly rested. After 65, we naturally spend more time in lighter sleep stages, which means we're more likely to wake up from small noises or discomfort. Add to that things like medications, health conditions, or even just the stress of life, and it's no wonder sleep can feel like a challenge. But here's the thing. Understanding why sleep changes can help us take control. It's not about fighting our bodies, but working with them. So, let's dive into some practical ways to create the perfect environment, habits, and mindset for better sleep. These aren't quick fixes or magic pills. They're real, sustainable changes that can make a big difference over time. Creating a sleep-friendly environment. Let's start with your bedroom. Think of it as your sleep sanctuary, a place where your body and mind know it's time to unwind. I've learned over the years that small changes to your space can make a huge difference. First, let's talk about light. Our eyes become more sensitive to light as we age, and even a little bit of it can mess with our ability to fall asleep. Invest in some blackout curtains or a good sleep mask. I know, sleep masks can feel a bit silly at first, but once you try one, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. They're like a little hug for your eyes, blocking out the world so you can drift off. Next, think about noise. If you live in a busy area or have a partner who snores, we've all been there. A white noise machine or fan can work wonders. It creates a steady, soothing background sound that drowns out disruptions. I have a friend who swears by her white noise machine. It's like her secret weapon for sleeping through anything. If you're not ready to buy one, you can even try a free app with nature sounds or gentle hums to see what works for you. Temperature is another big one. As we age, our bodies don't regulate temperature as well. So a room that's too warm or too cold can keep us tossing and turning. Aim for a cool room, around 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit, is ideal for most people. I like to keep a light blanket nearby in case I get chilly, but I avoid piling on heavy comforters that make me feel like I'm trapped in a sauna. And let's not forget about your bed itself. If your mattress is older than a decade, it might be time to consider an upgrade. I'm not saying you need to break the bank, but a mattress that supports your joints and spine can make a world of difference. If a new mattress isn't in the budget, a good mattress topper can give you some extra comfort without the hefty price tag. Oh, and don't sleep on the power of a good pillow. Pun intended. Find one that keeps your neck aligned and doesn't leave you waking up with a crick. Building a bedtime routine that works. Now that your bedroom is set, let's talk about your bedtime routine. I know routine might sound boring, but hear me out. This is about creating a signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Think of it like a warm-up for sleep. When I was younger, I could stay up watching TV or scrolling on my phone until midnight and still crash hard. But now, my body needs a little more TLC to ease into sleep mode. Start by picking a consistent bedtime. I know life gets busy, but go to bed and waking up at roughly the same time every day helps regulate your internal clock. Even on weekends, try not to stray too far from your schedule. I aim for a bedtime around 10 p.m., which gives me enough time to wind down after dinner, but still get a solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep, about an hour before bed. Start dimming the lights in your home. This mimics the natural sunset and signals to your brain that it's time to produce melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. If you're like me and love reading before bed, switch to a physical book or an e-reader with a warm light setting. Blue light from phones, tablets, or TVs can trick your brain into thinking it's daytime, so try to avoid screens at least an hour before bed. If you absolutely need to check something on your phone, use a blue light filter or night mode. Here's a little ritual I've come to love: a warm cup of herbal tea, like chamomile or peppermint, about 30 minutes before bed. It's not just about the tea itself. It's the act of slowing down, sipping something soothing, and letting the day melt away. If tea's not your thing, try a small glass of warm milk or even just a glass of water to stay hydrated. Dehydration can sneak up on you and make it harder to sleep, especially as we age. Another game changer is gentle stretching or yoga before bed. I'm not talking about a full workout, just 5 to 10 minutes of slow, mindful stretches to release tension in your shoulders, hips, or back. There are tons of free videos online tailored for seniors that guide you through gentle movements. I find that even a few minutes of stretching helps my body feel less stiff and my mind feel calmer. Managing stress and worries. Let's be real. One of the biggest sleep thieves is a racing mind. How many times have you climbed into bed, only to start replaying the day's events or worrying about tomorrow? It's like your brain decides 11 p.m. is the perfect time for a board meeting. Stress and anxiety can hit harder as we age, whether it's about health, family, finances, or just the state of the world. But there are ways to quiet that mental chatter. One thing that's helped me is keeping a notebook by my bed. If I'm lying there worrying about something I need to do, I jot it down. It's like telling my brain, okay, you don't need to keep reminding me, I've got it covered. This simple act can be surprisingly freeing. Another trick is a gratitude practice. Before bed, I take a moment to think of 3 things I'm grateful for that day. They don't have to be big. Sometimes it's as simple as a good conversation with a friend or a beautiful sunset. Focusing on the positive helps shift your mind away from worry. If you're open to it, meditation or deep breathing can be incredibly powerful. You don't need to be a Zen master. Just try a simple breathing exercise. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. Do this for a minute or 2, and you'll feel your body start to relax. There are guided meditation apps or videos specifically for sleep that can walk you through it. I have a friend who swears by a 10-minute guided meditation every night. It's like a lullaby for her brain. Eating and drinking for better sleep. What you eat and drink during the day can make or break your sleep. I learned this the hard way after 1 too many late-night coffee runs. Caffeine can stay in your system for up to 8 hours, so try to cut it off by early afternoon. If you love your coffee like I do, switch to decaf after lunch. It still feels like a treat without keeping you wired. Alcohol is another sneaky culprit. A glass of wine might help you feel drowsy at first, but it can disrupt your sleep late in the night, especially that deep, restorative sleep we talked about earlier. If you enjoy a drink, try to have it earlier in the evening and pair it with plenty of water to stay hydrated. When it comes to food, heavy meals close to bedtime can make it harder to sleep. Digestion takes energy, and your body doesn't want to be working overtime when it's supposed to be resting. Aim to eat dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bed. If you're hungry later, a light snack like a banana, a handful of almonds, or a small bowl of oatmeal can be sleep-friendly. These foods contain nutrients like magnesium or tryptophan that support relaxation. And let's talk about water for a second. Staying hydrated is important, but drinking a ton right before bed can mean multiple trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Try to front-load your water intake early in the day and sip just enough in the evening to keep you comfortable. Exercise and movement. If there's one thing I wish I'd known sooner, it's how much exercise impacts sleep. I'm not saying you need to run a marathon. Far from it. Even gentle movement during the day can help you sleep better at night. Studies show that regular exercise can improve sleep quality, reduce the time it takes to fall asleep, and even help with conditions like insomnia. For us folks over 65, low-impact activities like walking, swimming, or Tai Chi are fantastic. I try to get out for a 20-minute walk most days, even if it's just around the block. The fresh air, sunlight, and movement help reset my body's clock and lift my mood. If you can, aim for morning or early afternoon exercise. Working out too close to bedtime can leave you feeling energized when you want to be winding down. If mobility is a challenge, chair exercises or gentle stretching can still make a difference. The key is consistency. Even 10 minutes a day can add up over time. And here's a bonus. Exercise doesn't just help you sleep. It boosts your energy, strengthens your bones, and keeps your heart healthy. It's like a gift that keeps on giving. When to talk to a doctor. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, sleep problems stick around. If you're consistently struggling to fall asleep, stay asleep, or feel rested, it might be time to check in with your doctor. Conditions like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or even side effects from medications can interfere with sleep. I had a friend who was waking up exhausted every day, and it turned out she had sleep apnea. A simple treatment made a world of difference for her. It's also worth talking to your doctor about any supplements or over-the-counter sleep aids you're considering. Melatonin, for example, can be helpful for some people, but it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Your doctor can help you figure out what's safe and effective for you. The power of patience and persistence. Here's something I've learned over the years. Change takes time. You might try 1 or 2 of these tips and not notice a difference right away. And that's okay. Sleep is a habit. And like any habit, it takes practice to build. Be kind to yourself as you experiment with what works. Maybe one week you focus on creating a bedtime routine, and the next you try tweaking your diet. Small steps add up, and before you know it, you're sleeping better than you have in years. I also want to remind you that sleep isn't just about the hours you're in bed. It's about how you feel when you wake up. A good night's sleep can make you feel like you're ready to take on the world. Whether that's tackling a new hobby, spending time with grandkids, or just enjoying a quiet morning with your coffee. It's about living your life with energy and joy, and that's what we're all here for, right? A little inspiration. Before we wrap up, let me share a quick story. My neighbor, Susan, is 68, and she used to dread bedtime because she knew she'd be awake for hours. She started small, swapping her late-night TV habit for a book, adding a short walk in the morning, and using a white noise machine. It wasn't overnight, but within a few weeks, she was sleeping 7 hours straight and waking up with a smile. She told me, "I feel like I got a piece of myself back." That's what I want for you, a chance to feel like your best self, rested and ready for whatever life brings. So, there you have it, my friends, a roadmap to sleeping like a baby after 65. We've covered a lot today, from creating a cozy sleep environment to building a relaxing bedtime routine, managing stress, eating smart, and moving your body. These aren't just tips. They're tools to help you reclaim the restful, restorative sleep you deserve. I know it's not always easy, but you're not alone on this journey. We're in this together. learning and growing as we go. Try picking 1 or 2 ideas from this video to start with. Maybe it's dimming the lights an hour before bed or trying a gratitude practice. Give it a week or 2 and see how you feel. And if you're loving the results, or if you have your own sleep tips to share, drop them in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love hearing from you. Your stories inspire me, and I know they inspire others in our community too. If you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up and share with a friend who might need a little sleep help too. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a new video. We're here every week, talking about how to live healthier, happier, and wiser in our golden years. Until next time, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and here's to sleeping like a baby. Sweet dreams, my friends.